DNA evidence played a big role today in the Michael King trial. King is accused of killing Denise Lee. Today was the fourth day of the trial, and the state went over a number of DNA matches. SNN Local News 6 reporter Mia McCormick joins us live now from the courthouse with the latest on this. Mia.
Strong testimony for the state as a DNA specialist placed Denise Lee in the back of King's green Camaro. The DNA specialist found blood and a hair that belonged to Denise Lee in the back of that Camaro. The state also called a special archaeologist to the stand to talk about the discovery of the body. Lee was found buried in a hole in a wooded area near Plantation Boulevard. Experts say the disturbed and discolored dirt tipped them off to start digging.
We had scraped down to 3 feet 1 inch in depth. We encountered the shoulder of the decedent.
The lateral aspect.
The medical examiner was there upon the discovery of the body, and he actually just stepped down off the stand. He was on the stand all afternoon today. Joining me now is Herald-Tribune staff writer Todd Ruger. You were there as the medical examiner was kind of showing on a diagram all of the injuries that occurred to Denise Lee's body. Did you feel that that was effective? Was the jury attentive?
Yeah, the jury was definitely attentive, but what really got their attention were the photos. They're the autopsy photos today that were passed around, and as they went around the jury, you could see some people were obviously affected by them. One woman had to blow her nose a few times after some of the more graphic photos came around.
And we do know that the photos were not published to the courtroom so that everybody could see them. Much of Denise Lee's family actually did leave, but Rick Goff, her father, stayed behind. Were you able to catch his reaction at all?
No, it was very dry medical testimony on one hand. On the other hand, you're talking about, his daughter, and so it was very difficult for, especially her mother, in the courtroom there today. A lot of family members got up and left as soon as they started getting into the real serious medical issues. But Nate Lee, the widower of Denise Lee, didn't even want to show up in the courtroom today. He told me, Denise wouldn't want me to be there to hear about her in that way.
There was also a point in time when the assistant state attorney actually stood next to the medical examiner and mimicked what with a fake gun where she was shot in the head. What was kind of the feeling as that was going on?
Well, I think it had everybody's attention because you don't usually see what looks like a gun being pointed at a prosecutor's head. But so it was an arresting sight, first of all, and second of all, it was a way to take this diagram and make it three-dimensional and real. It's sort of what the prosecutors did when they had everybody go down and look at the Camaro yesterday. Instead of just a picture of the Camaro, there's the Camaro right there in front of them, and they can look at it. And that's the same thing with this, in demonstrating exactly how the gun may have been placed against her head.
Okay, thank you very much. Herald-Tribune staff writer Todd Ruger, and you can read more about what happened in today's proceedings tomorrow in the Herald-Tribune. Lauren?